What's going on, everybody? This is RJ. I wanted to shoot this quick podcast about the number one thing that real estate investors fail to do, especially if you're new. They fail to do this one thing, and we have a lot of our students. We talk to a lot of our students each week, and the ones that are always showing up to the calls and have wins to share are the ones that are taking action. It's really that, but it's like, what are you taking action on? The most important thing is revenue generating activities. Revenue generating activities, in the beginning, when you're just by yourself, everything seems like you got to be doing everything, right? And they all technically could be revenue generating activities because you don't have help yet, and you got to do it all. For example, reach out to a seller and let them know that the closing is happening on this date. Well, how are they supposed to show up, right? These 3 revenue generating activities are super important to do, especially in the beginning. Number 1 is talking to motivated sellers. How else are you going to get leads, right? How else are you going to buy a property when you don't have any leads? When you don't have any leads, you can do 2 things. You can pay for marketing to get leads, or you can go and do it the slow and hard way, which is, you can drive for dollars. You can go and prospect yourself and knock on doors. Now, those 2 hard ways, driving for dollars, knocking on doors, a lot of people don't do because they're hard. They don't have the courage, or they just don't have the wherewithal. But I'll tell you this, so the ones that are doing those 2 activities are getting deals today still, even though those are like not the sexy ways of getting deals. But sometimes when things are hard and there's friction involved, you do the hard things, you're going to get results, because most people aren't going to do it, right? The number 2 thing is you can pay for the leads. You can actually pay per lead. There are companies out there like Property Leads, Motivated Leads, iSpeed for deals, and those are the ones that do the marketing, and then they deliver you. We prefer that way now because we have a sales process. We have people that are answering the phones and can convert the leads into contracts. And we also do PPC. The first one doesn't cost you a lot of money, just costs you some effort and time and focus and consistency. And then the second piece is the PPC and PPL. Those require capital. So the trade-off is, if you got capital, you can go and spend the money and then the leads come to you. Or if you don't have the capital, you kind of have to go prospect, find the leads, and do it that way. The sweet spot is you do both. More action equals more results. A lot of times I think in the beginning, people just have this mental barrier. They're like, well, I need to make things happen. I need to do things. I need something to happen quick, right? And this business requires consistent action daily. It gets boring. You got to do it again. You're going to fail. And then you do it again, you get better, and you continue to do it. Consistency. It's similar to, sports or going to the gym. You can't go to the gym and your health is failing. You're like, I got to work out now. I need action. I need results tomorrow. I need something to happen tomorrow. This business is truly every single day. You got to put in the effort. Every single time you should be focusing on revenue generating activities. Talking to motivated sellers is 1. And then number 2 is talking to buyers that are going to be buying your properties if your strategy is to wholesale. You gotta be talking to buyers. You gotta be shaking hands, if not, meeting person, face to face, belly to belly, or are you doing a Zoom call or a phone call? And you gotta have the equal time there, because once you have something in contract, then you gotta go and sell it. You have buyers already kind of in waiting. Number 3 is lenders, potential private lenders, potential hard money lenders. This is how you're going to do it. And you got to kind of do 3 things simultaneously, basically, time block. These are the activities. You're talking to motivated sellers, you're talking to buyers, you're talking to lenders, and you're consistently doing that, and you're going to get traction. So if you're not doing that and then you're expecting to see results, well, you're not going to see it fast, and you certainly aren't going to see it now because you haven't done anything. You're waiting for something to happen. And when you wait in this business, we call that you're waiting and hoping. And hope is not a good business strategy. You want to remove the fear of things in your real estate company, your real estate business early on by taking action. That's the only way you're going to do it. Then you're going to have confidence in what you're doing because you get better every single time that you fail. So those are the 3 revenue generating activities that I stress to somebody new, all of our students and coaching members in our community that are, struggling to see results. We go right back to the basics, and those are the basics. So hopefully this episode resonates with you today and get a couple tips on what to do, especially in the beginning when there's so many things to do, right? There's only really 3 main key things to do consistently. Then once you get those 3 things, then you can start hiring out an administrative person to help pick up the pieces of administrative things. And eventually you're going to get your first salesperson. So hopefully this helps. Again, if you like this, if you have any comments, please subscribe and share this. I'll talk to you soon.